So I'm sitting into a chair. Any chair will work. Feel free, if you're feeling quite tight in the hips, to sit onto a pillow or a cushion. It just gives you a little bit more height, and set the feet a little further forward if that's available to you, to bring a sense of space into the front of the hip. If you want to lean back into the chair and take the support of the chair to start and let the head rest a little, feel free to take that. If you would rather be more self-supporting and take the spine and the back away from the chair, you could let that happen. And we're just going to arrive together now in this virtual space as a little community. And as we said before, we start with orientating. So the nervous system likes to know where it is, likes to feel a sense of safety in this space. And we can promote that sense of safety simply by using the eyes, by just looking around the room that we're in. Giving ourselves a moment just to really notice our environment, maybe to look behind us. Maybe we need to change something about the direction we're facing into, about the position we're in, to feel more comfortable. And then we'll come back to center. And then we're just going to ground for a moment. So there's lots of different ways to do this, but I'm going to look down at my feet. I'm going to scrunch and unscrunch my toes. And maybe you can see your feet, or maybe you've still got your shoes on. And just move the feet against the contact surface that they're meeting, whether it's the shoes or the ground. You could scrunch and unscrunch the toes. You could lift the heels, drop the heels down, toes. Just alternate lifting the heels and then the toes, really feeling the feet roll onto the outer edges and the inner edges of the feet. And then you might really begin to feel into the legs. So feeling the feet heavy on the ground, feeling the backs of the thighs and the bottom heavy in the chair. You might even use your hands just to massage the legs a little bit, just to get into the body. So you could make this as firm a touch as you want it to be. And I'm using my hands, I'm sliding the heel of my hand quite firmly along the top part of the thigh and then the edge of the thigh. And if you wish, along the inside edge of the thigh, just to really feel the legs. You might even like to rub around the knees a little bit if the knees are feeling a little bit sore. Yeah, last couple of times. And then just letting the hands rest and bringing the attention into the pelvis, into the bottom, resting onto the chair, and just have a little rock and a wriggle. Lean forwards and a lean back, and just feel that deep contact between your bottom, your thighs, and the chair. So there's a lot of support for you here. And then let the hands rest how you might want them to be. You might prefer to have the palms down. You might be feeling a little quieter this morning, a little more inward focused. Or you might like to have the palms up. Maybe a sense of being a little bit more open into this moment, just noticing which you prefer. And then you can decide how you want the spine. If you're a little tired, you could take the support of the chair, or again, you could self-support. And see if you can be present to sensations in the feet and the legs and the pelvis and the spine at the same time. Can you feel all those places of contact between the chair and the ground at the same time? This body here now, supported and really welcome. And then we're going to center, so we're going to encourage our attention that we normally put out into the world. We're going to invite that attention to land into the center of us. So we can do that with our breath if we would like. As we breathe out, we could imagine that the breath out is dropping that attention into this body and into the center of you, wherever you believe that to be. Maybe it's around the middle of the chest or the belly. All the while still feeling the feet, the legs and the pelvis, feeling the chair and the ground. And just letting that attention just drop into the center of you without any force. Following that breath out into your very center, this steady place within the center of you, in amongst all the busyness of life happening around you, this steady center. You might like to give this sense of steadiness a color. You might like to give it a picture, or maybe just imagine the word. See if you can bring that steady quality now to your breathing. If you can smooth out the breath. See if you can slow down the breath. Feel body supported. Inviting that gentle attention into the center of you. Letting the breath take on that steady quality. A couple more breaths here. Don't worry if the mind wanders. Don't worry if it feels difficult. Move a little if you need to. Eyes open or closed if you need to. Just noticing. And then let's maybe let the head drop, let the hands rest a little bit. And then let's self-support the spine now. So if we've been resting back into our chair, let's shift the weight in the pelvis right into the middle. So there's a sense that we're not pushing the belly forward, we're not leaning towards the legs, we're not slumping towards the chair. We've got that sense of length right through the center of the body, just fluttering open the eyes. And let's rub the hands together. And I'm going to move closer to the screen for this so you can see a bit more clearly. Rub the hands. And yeah, I like that. Veronica, let's rub all parts of the hands, their back. These amazing hands. Get right along each finger, into the tip of the finger. They work so hard on our behalf, these hands, the doers of the mind, the hands, they say, another hand. And this is a little bit of self-care for us, it's a little bit of tenderness. Imagine that you're massaging your closest friend, your favorite animal, whatever that might be, the backs of the hands. Just give yourself a little bit of tenderness, a little bit of attention. And then let's go for the warmth now. Let's try and get some warmth into the hands. And we're going to start by massaging the face, and then we're going to work onto the jaw. So first of all, just bring the warmth of the hands onto the face, and I'm stroking under the eyes and out to the edges of the face. And you're just making as much firm contact as you would like. And then we can stroke either side of the nose up to the eyebrow center, to the forehead, the hairline, and then down. And again in. And if you are happy to apply some quite firm pressure as you come down, you could follow the jawline, mouth a little open. And then light pressure as you run the fingers up the center of the head. Hairline, little firmer pressure as you go around the temples, down to the top part of the jaw, mouth a little open. And that soft space below that bone toward the mouth, and then gentle touch. Again, one more time. Maybe let the jaw be open. Yeah, that's it. Come all the way back up to the forehead. Make some little, like I'm circling my fingertips in the hairline, circling, starting right at the center of the head and then circling all the way down, coming to the edges of the face where the hairline, the hair meets the face. And in that temple area, in that soft space, just making some gentle circles here, some gentle circles here. Yeah. Just noticing how that feels, just keeping the jaw a little open, mouth a little soft, steady breath. And then let's come in and up right to the space where the eyebrows, where the line of the nose kind of meets the edges of the eyebrows, and there's a little soft space in there, and just make a couple of little circles in there. And then press with your fingertips, like walk your fingertips out along your eyebrows. And again, sliding the index fingers up. Open my hand so you can hear, making little circles in that soft space. And then pressing on the eyebrows as you walk the fingers out to the edges of the face and then come back in. Now you can here, if it feels comfortable to, you can apply quite a firm pressure in and up. And that may feel quite intense. You decide how much you want to feel. Breathe, smooth and steady breath. And then when you feel you've had enough, slide the fingers out towards the eyebrows and then again, just walk the fingers down. And then tap very gently just around the cheeks, around the forehead. Just tapping around, and then let's come to the jaw. So as I turn my face to the side and drop my mouth, you can do the same. Feel the soft spaces, the muscle that connects the top part of the jaw to the bottom part, this soft space. And we're going to take the first two fingers of both hands and we're going to move towards this back part of the jaw where the jaw joins. And with the mouth open and quite firm pressure, we're going to slide and press in and stroke down with the fingers from that place where the jaw meets around to the front of the mouth. And again, you can walk the fingers. Looks a bit funny, I know. We'll slide them together. And we're just really trying to get rid of a little tension here. Now, if you have a desk in front of you or a surface that you can rest your elbows onto, I'm going to show you a little thing that you can do with the jaw. So if you have something to lean onto, taking the heel of your hands, you're going to rest. And I'll do it to the side first and then I'll turn to the front. You're going to rest your head into the heel of your hands, and then you're gradually going to slip your head through your hands. And as you do so, you move the hands so they catch that soft space in between the upper and lower jaw. And so it's like you're using the weight of the head. Yeah, exactly. Using the weight of the head. And then you can move the hands along the jaw and repeat. So if you start at the back, or start at the front rather, working towards the back. And then as you repeat, you could not go so far back with the hand. And then just see how that feels. Just pause for a moment. Let your jaw be a little open. And just notice how it feels around the jaw. Yeah, really nice. So that's a good one to do at the desk. Move the chair back. Okay, and then let's rub the hands together again, and let's just bring a really gentle touch across the face. Yeah. We're going to come down to the neck. So first of all, just sitting with a nice supported spine. So we want to think of the spine being as long as we can make it. And we're just going to drop the chin, but we're not going to round the shoulders. So we're going to keep the spine a little upright. And we're just going to drop the chin so we can feel the weight of this head coming forward. And it's going to quietly bring stretch from the base of the neck all the way down in between the shoulders, just from letting the head, and then give the head a little turn from side to side. It's a little sway. And we're going to just take a few breaths, coming back to that steady breath, smooth and slow. Just noticing the sensation that as we breathe out, mouth is soft, jaw a little open. The head can get a little heavier. Can we let the weight of the head go? Without rounding the shoulders, without leaning forward. And then let's take that head over to one shoulder. Let's let the head just kind of come over to the side. And then you can use the heel of the opposite hand and stroke from the base of the ear just down the neck towards the shoulder. So I'm using the heel of the hand, bringing it under the ear best I can, and down. Yeah, that's it. We're moving down the neck and just feeling that sensation. One more time, being as firm as you want. And then slowly bringing the head back to center, having a little listen from one side to the other. This side just feels a lot longer than the other now. Don't know if that's your feeling. Drop the head the other way. Just take a moment. Give away the weight of the head. Really let the shoulders sink. Let the head rest. And then if it's comfortable in the wrist, using the heel of the hand, bring it below the ear and just stroke down and toward the chest. And one more time. Really nice. And then you can bring the head back to center, take the heel of both hands and just stroke down a couple of times, just along the side of the neck, from underneath the ears down the side of the neck. It's really, yeah, nice. And then I'm going to turn my back to you so that you can see where we're going to put the thumbs now. So if I lift my hair up, you see the spine comes right up into the base of the skull. You've got this little indent, little like moon shape, half crescent moon shape there. And then either side, you've got a little sense of where you can slip your thumbs. So if you bring your thumbs into that little moon shape and follow it down, and then out to the side, you'll feel a little ridge where you can bring your thumbs. And if you press in quite firmly there, so it's either side of the spine coming up through the middle, before you get to that moon, that half moon shape, and we're just going to really squeeze and press in there for a moment. And you can press in and up. It might feel quite intense because this is the point where the trapezius muscle that does a lot of the work through the back and through the neck joins into the head. So we're going to press and just circle a little bit there. Press the shoulders as best you can. One more little wriggle and then release. I'll just notice, let's take some big shoulder rolls. So I hope that's gone some way to relieving a little bit of tension through the neck. If you have a lot of neck and head tension through the day, feel free just to return to that as best you can. But let's circle. You can do those movements as many times as you like. Now use your hands to tend to your own body. So I'm squeezing my shoulders in. So I'm letting my upper back round a little bit. I'm lifting them up and I'm squeezing them back and I'm pressing them down. Yeah, amazing. Really nice and active, drawing them in, up, squeeze them back and press them down. Let's take that one more time. Really active, squeezing in, lifting up, squeezing back And then let's just speed it up. Just bring the movement in. Just speed it up nice and loose. And if your shoulders are anything like mine, you'll hear some serious grinding going on in there. Maybe you've got some chatty shoulders as well. Yeah, smooth them up. Really nice. And then let's just drop the hands off the support. So let the weight of the arms drop the shoulders down. And let's just turn the palms up towards the sky. I'm going to take a little stretch. You raise the arms as high as you want above your head. Doesn't matter how high they go. That's it, Annie. Yeah, really nice. Breathing in, we're going to reach up. Look up if you would like. And then let the hands meet and bring them down through your center, your steady center. You could imagine your color now or your image again as you breathe in and reach up. Feel the hands meet. And then come back into your center with your attention. Using that breath out to carry your attention back to your center. Couple more times. Feel the feet on the ground this time as you reach the arms up. Feet heavy on the ground, light air on the fingers, and then the light touch of hands as you return your attention back to yourself. And it's as if the arms kind of replicate, life, like life moves all around us all the time. But with our attention and our breath, we can keep coming back to that steady place in our center, wherever we are, whenever we want. Take that one more time. Hands meeting and breathe out, coming into the center. Keep the hands at the center for a moment. And rest the shoulders. Let's reach the arms a little wide now. Let's take a wide stretch. And here we can begin to open through the chest if we want. So we could lean a little back and look a little up. And then we're going to give ourselves a big hug. We're going to wrap one arm on top of the other, bring the hands as close to the spine as we can and round the back and rest the head. Give ourselves a little hug. Breathe into the space between the shoulders so you can really let the head rest. Super heavy head. And then with feet pressing into the ground, breathe in, lift and lengthen the spine. Keep the breath flowing. Take the arms wide again. Reach in as if you've got the light of the warm sun shining on your body. And then bring a different arm on top. Wrap and give yourself a really good cuddle around the back. Rest the head and breathe into the space between the shoulders. Let's keep the breath flowing. Let's take that couple more times. Press down a little into the feet. Feel the spine lift. Uncurl into that warm imagined sun. Oh, and then bring that warmth into your body as you give yourself a hug. Give yourself a really good hug. And again, just flowing at your own pace. Breath free. Soft in the body as much as you can be. And then wrapping in again, give yourself a really good hug. Make this your last one. Oh, that glorious opening and then closing it. And then from this place, let's just roll the shoulders again, actively lift, squeeze back, press down, draw in, up, back and down, and then just roll free. Have a little shoulder dance. Maybe one wants to go up, the other one wants to go back. If you're listening to your favorite music, yeah, I like that with the swing there, Anne, as well. Yeah, just get whatever movement feels good through the shoulders. Okay, let's get a little bit into the side body. Yeah, into the side body. So if it's available for you, my clock's falling over. Let me just, I don't want to lose track of time there. So if it's available for you to take more space between your feet, you could. Yeah, so you could let the knees be a little wider. And we're just going to drop the head to one side. And again, it's so hard to give up the weight of the head. because the head carries the eyes, and the eyes are such a direct part of how we feel safe and alert into the world. To let the head drop and to let the eyes drop can be really challenging. But don't worry if it feels hard. Right? But we're going to kind of lean in the direction of the head. So first of all, we make sure the head's just really nice and heavy. And then the spine currently is kind of upright, but we're going to take the spine towards the direction of the head. So as you let the head go, can you kind of lean as far as feels comfortable? And you could if you felt happy to. So I'm leaning towards the left, so I'm going to let my left arm even hang down. I'm going to really try and give up the weight through the left side of my body. My right hand can rest on my leg. Or if I want, I could bend my right elbow and just lift it up a little bit towards the sky. You could make a few circles. So if you're hanging towards the right, head towards the right, let the right arm be the heavy one. So it's the arm that's not on the side you're leaning towards that lifts. That's it. And just feel that elbow, feel that space in the side of the body, the side that you're, yeah, that's it. And see what that arm wants to do. Does it want to stay still? Does it want to rock a little forwards, a little back? You want to reach the arm up towards the sky. How do you want to keep giving away the weight of the head? Do you want to feel, I've lifted my hand up, I'm just circling my wrist. One more breath. You might even like to sway the arm a little bit over towards the side. See how that feels. And then let's bring the arm down first. The hand that's hanging, let's bring that onto the leg. Let's press through the feet. Bring the spine back up to center. And then very lastly, bring the head up. Whoa. Just notice how that feels. So I feel very long on one side of the body and not so long on the other. Let's even out a little bit. So let's drop the head to the side. You may notice more of a willingness in the body to go one way rather than the other. And that's really normal. And then let's let the spine lean. Let's let the spine kind of take that lateral flexion over to the side. Maybe the side we're leaning towards, maybe the arm on that side could hang. Maybe the other arm could bend and the elbow could lift, and you could circle the elbow a little or a lot. Or you could rock the whole shoulder forwards a little and then bring it back a little. Quite free. Or you could even reach that arm up towards the sky, head hanging as best as you can, give away the weight of the head, maybe roll through the wrist. Maybe take a little reach with the arm over towards the side you're leaning towards. Just find whatever space is available for you. Yeah, and bring that hand down. The arm that's hanging, bring the hand onto the leg, press through the feet. Use the hands if you need to, bring the spine back up to center and bring the head up. Yeah, really nice. Take a breath or two. Yeah, can make it a bit soporific, can make us feel a bit yawny. Yeah, it's good, I think. We're going to take a little twist now. So we've kind of moved the spine side to side, backwards and forwards. We're focusing a lot on the upper body today. Let's take one of my favorite little twists. I don't know how you guys feel about it. It's going to slide the hands from the hips towards the knees in turn. And you'll feel that this moves the chest, right? So it opens the chest to one side and then the other. So we're getting a little rotation. And you can slip your hands over your knees if that's available. And you can turn your head as you move to look over the shoulder that's going behind you. If that's not comfortable, just keep looking forward. Let the knees move. Feel the weight shift through the feet. So the whole body is rotating here. The whole body is rotating in one way or another. One more time to each side. And then hold if you want. So as you draw one shoulder back, one shoulder forward, just keep that position. Feel the feet heavy on the ground. Pelvis heavy on the chair. Relax the belly. And you could use the chair for extra support. So you could take a hold of the back of the chair. Or not. Take a few breaths. Keep Returning to your center with your attention as you breathe out. Releasing nice and slowly, breathing easily and swapping sides, just traveling super slow over to the other side. Taking your time to develop into the twist that you want it to be. Soften the belly, jaw relaxed. You could have complete softness through the shoulders. One more breath. And release, come back to center, really nice. Before we come to take our relaxation, we're going to take a little stretch for the legs. So I'm going to sit right onto the edge of the chair. And if the movement of the legs isn't available to you, maybe just working with the upper arms and the upper body. So this is my left leg. It'll look like, but you can do your right first so that I'm not mirroring you today. I'm just telling you which leg I'm moving. We'll do both sides. It doesn't matter which one you do. I'm going to step my left leg out to the side. And if that foot, if I move my chair back a bit so you can see more clearly, if that leg wants to lengthen, great. If it doesn't, it's fine. It can stay a little bent. But I'm sitting on the edge of my chair. And then this foot, this right foot, I'm going to turn the toes out. And I'm going to get myself a bit more space behind my knee. So I'm just going to wriggle my right foot forward. Yeah. And then I'm going to just see how much length I can feel between the thighs, between the feet, and get really comfy, nice self-supporting in the spine. And then I'm going to float my arms out to the side, palms up, breathe in, reach up, same as we did before. Maybe look up. And then bring the hands through center. Just take that once or twice more. Feeling the air on the hands, feeling the movement of the arms as if it were the movement of life. And then dropping through all that movement back to the center. One more time. Yeah. And then the side of the bent leg, so for me that's my right, you can put your hand onto that leg or your elbow, see how it feels, and your elbow. And bring the other hand onto the hip. You feel that you're lengthening into the crown of the head. And open the chest a little bit and maybe look up towards the sky if that feels good. Just feel the chest opening and see what that hand on the hip wants to do. It might want to stay on the hip. You might be happy to lift the elbow up and roll the elbow again. You might want to reach the arm all the way up to the sky, or you might want to bring it over. You just play with where you want that arm to be, where it feels nice, where it gives you a sense of space and breath. Yeah, amazing. Really nice. Everyone just doing their own thing. And that's what it's about. There are no rules. It's just what's right for us. And then let's come back to center. Use the hands on the legs if you need to. Bring the legs a bit close together. Just give them a little bounce. A little jiggle. So I'm just bouncing my heels up and down. Yeah. And a little stillness. And we'll take the other side. So again, I'm sitting on the edge of my chair. I'm going to take my other leg out. That's my right leg now. It will look like my left out to the side. And then I'm going to turn my left toes away. I'm just going to give myself a bit more space behind the knees. So I'm going to bring the heel a little bit forward. Sitting nice and self-supporting in the spine. Hands either side of the body. Let's take this 3 times. Like reaching up, maybe looking up. And then coming back to center. Breathing out to drop back into our center. That place of stillness and steadiness in amongst all the movement and noise of life, connecting back into our center. Amazing. And let's bring the hand on the side of the bent leg, bring that hand onto the leg or the elbow. The other hand can sit onto the hip. And you can decide, you could just roll the shoulder here and play. You might lift the elbow up and have a little roll. You might stay quite still, or you might reach the arm up towards the sky and roll the wrist, or even have a little sway over. Just feel the breath and feel the body. Just explore all the different sensations that you can feel in this body. And then hand back down onto the hip. Support the body as you come up. And bring the legs back in. Let's give the legs a bit of a rub. We're going to take a little rest now, the last 20 minutes. So we're going to come into a resting position. Now, if you're sitting in your chair and you don't have somewhere to lean back onto, then you might like to lean forward. So if you have a desk in front of you, or you have a couch in front of you, maybe you could lean forward and just take a rest on the chair if that would be comfortable. If it's available for you to lean back and available for you to take your feet a little further forward, you could put a pillow behind the head and lean back in the chair and against the wall. Maybe even have a cushion and a pillow at the same time across the belly. If you've got the mobility and the interest to come and lie on the ground or on the sofa with a cushion underneath the knees or up on the chair, feel free. Just choose whatever comfortable position speaks to you and is available to you this morning. And make sure that wherever you choose to be, you're going to be warm enough. You might want an extra layer on or a blanket. We're going to settle in. Looking for my phone. We're going to settle in together. Yeah, lovely. And let's just start by refinding that softness around the jaw. So let the jaw fall open a little bit. Have a little movement of the jaw. And then maybe just let the lips just softly meet. And the tongue might just rest behind the upper teeth, and the back of the tongue might feel broad and heavy, as if it's sleeping in the back of the mouth. And there's a sense of softness moving across the forehead, across the corners of the eyes, across the cheek, as if the air itself was like this soft touch against the face, as if the skin could take on the quality of that soft touch of air against the face, as if all the muscles of the face could rest now. No need to show up in any expression. The face could rest. The eyes could rest. The eyes could close if they would like. These radiant orbs of seeing now resting. And maybe just noticing a light dance of color or shape on the backs of the eyes, or the eyelids. Or if the eyes are open, just noticing that dance of color and shape in the space around you. And the voice can rest. And the ears can rest. There's just a very soft and light attention to the sounds present in your space. Sound of my voice coming and going. Any other sounds. Maybe even the sound of your breath. With all the effort of being attentive through the eyes, through the ears, and through your voice, you can rest now. You can just let go of that effort of attending. And just tuning in to this sensation of softness and rest, moving in and around the spaces of the head. Maybe feeling it spreading now across the top of the head, the back of the head, all the way around the head. And imagine a color that represents this softness. May also represent comfort as the head rests. And as you breathe out, you could carry that color now all the way from the head down through the neck, the sides of the neck, the back of the neck, and the throat, and spread it across the tops of the shoulders and the shoulder blades and the fronts of the shoulders, this gorgeous color of softness and comfort. And then gradually with your breath, just moving this color down through the arms. So the arms can be soft, comfortable, and rest. Imagining the color moving in through the wrists and through the hands and out through each finger into the very tip of the fingers themselves. And this color of ease and comfort rolling down through the whole of the back. Spaces between the shoulder blades all the way down the right side, the left side, all the way along the spine itself, the whole of the back. And this color of softness and comfort rolling down through the front of the body. Rolling down through the chest and the belly and through the waist. Moving all the way through the center of you. Eventually this color of ease, softness, comfort dropping through the pelvis and into the legs. Gradually making its way down through the legs, into the ankles, into the feet. And moving through each toe into the very tip of the toe. You could imagine, if you would like now, the whole body just filled with this color of softness and comfort. And as you breathe out, it's as if a wave of that color just rolls effortlessly from the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. It's as if each wave of breath out carrying this color of comfort and softness can open the body to rest. Each wave, the body can let go of its holding. Let go of all its effort of supporting this shape of the body, knowing that the ground or the chair beneath you is rising up to hold the body so that it can let go, soften, rest, supported in this place, here and now. As the body begins to open to rest, into this space where there is nothing to do, nobody to please. Opening to rest in this familiar place where we feel deeply comfortable to be. You might, if you would like, let your attention move richly onto the rising and the falling of the breath in this body. Feel again that each breath out carries you back into your center. this steady center, this home to your inner resource, your well-being, this steady, timeless, and ever-present state of being. This state of pure awareness of being. You might like to imagine this place to help you connect with it. Maybe you, first of all, imagine it in words, the words that describe this sense of well-being. Maybe those words are comfort, ease. Choose whatever words resonate with you. Maybe you see this well-being in pictures. Maybe of memories of times that you felt those qualities richly alive within you. Or imaginations of times when you would feel deep comfort, ease, peace. And then see now through that imagining, through that connection, if you can feel in the body herself that well-being coming alive within you now. Remembering you in this moment, this ever-present state of well-being. And in this place, if you would like to, knowing that this place is always there to return your attention to, we might imagine now the light of attention traveling into the right hand. And in the space of the right hand, we may place something that we would like to, or we would wish to change in some way. Maybe it's something that was spoken to today, an experience in the body, one that we might like to change or shift in some way. And I'd like you to give that experience, to see it in the right hand as a color and a shape. Maybe it has a spiky quality, or maybe it's smooth. But see it in the right hand, this thing that you would wish to be different or to change in some way. You can't get this wrong. Just a little game which you're welcome to play, or just welcome to ignore and just to rest instead. And then in the left hand, if you would like, you could imagine the opposite of this thing that you would like to wish and change, how it would be if it was different. What would it look like? What color would it have? Would it be light and smooth, or heavy and deep? So this thing that you wish to change, see it in the left hand now, changed into that thing. Give it a color and a shape. In the right hand, the thing you wish to change. In the left hand, it changed. How you want it to be, see it. And in a moment, I'm going to invite you to bring both of these colors and shapes or images together at the eyebrow center and see what happens. Maybe they change into something new. Maybe they dance together. And then after that, we're just going to let go of the effort of concentrating. We're just going to see. So when you're ready, bringing the right and the left hand together, either in the body or in your imagination, bringing those pictures together at the eyebrow center now. Noticing what's happening. Noticing the pictures that you see, remembering there's no right way to do it. And then when you're ready, just let go of all the effort of noticing, of imagining. Let go of all the effort of the mind. You could, in this moment, if you wanted to, imagine the brightest and cleanest and clearest of lights shining down through the whole body herself, clearing and dissolving, cleaning and clearing and dissolving all sensations. Returning you to your natural state, your being state, where you are not this or that. You are pure awareness. And then when you're ready, we call back that attention that connects us to the outer world, that connects us to the people and the places around us. We call back in that attention first into the body as we place the body here and now, feeling into the body, maybe rocking or stroking, opening and closing fingers and toes, stretching and wriggling, deepening the breath, really tuning into sounds, into the space, opening and closing the eyes, tuning into the light and the images, of the space, taking your time to come back around really slowly and fully so that you feel richly present and awake here and now. Maybe take a stretch if that would be nice. If you haven't already, open your eyes, look up at the light, wide eyes, stimulating the system. Thank you very much. This practice has come to a close.